and then it just got cloudy and cold, and life brought a bitch. Let's get it in. Boom, baby, somewhere up there. Boom. Somewhere out there is some shine underneath here. Oh, it's the Weed On shirts, man. 3D Weed On shirts. Make these 3D shirts. Embroider the hologram. It's not a hologram. It's a lenticular design, actually. Lenticular. What a word. Lenticular? Lenticular? No. Lenticular. Lenticular. ILAR. Anyway, spelling bee champ in kindergarten. Waking up this morning talking about my drunk friend fucking up his first time in Vegas. That's what we're talking about this morning. Motivation. Drunken Storms. Kind of like this one. It's like, pick a mood, bitch. It looks like there's fucking Mount Everest over there. But all this gray clouds blew in. There's a big winter storm coming on the west coast, and it blew in here and killed the whole vibe, man. Just like my friend. Blew in and killed the whole vibe. I'm like, I think I used to be a drunken storm. Show up unannounced, no plans. I'm crashing on the couch, and I ain't got a couch for him to crash on. He needed to get himself a room, but he didn't have a plan. Little did I know, he was drunk. And more little did I know is me binding to friends that have the same issues as my parents. My dad was a workaholic, alcoholic, fuckaholic. Not my words, his words. And truth be told, that's exactly what's going on with my friend. My homie, known him since Thailand. He's saying it was 15 years ago. I don't think it was no 15 years ago, but yeah. We met a long time ago. We talk once in a while, but I didn't know that he was getting so drunk. I didn't know how he coped his mechanisms. And all of us are like a storm, you know? All of us, we might not see it because we don't perceive it, but morning, we're a storm. We bring our, I know I did, when I got out of jail, I'm a storm. I get out of jail, my mom's calling the cops on me. I'm trying to look for my paperwork. I'm dipping all over the place with Ubers. Everything's a mess, whatever I touch, shitbagging it. At least I'm man enough to admit it, you know? That's the thing, is you got to notice your energy. And my friend didn't notice his energy yesterday. How about him massaging the Uber driver? That dude freaked the fuck out. 65-year-old black man named Leroy drove us back. He was so drunk, he started kind of passing out in the back. I was like, cool, let him calm the fuck down. Stop screaming, Palomino Club, I want to go to a strip club. We going back to the hotel, homie. There ain't nowhere I'm going to let Grabby go into the strip club. We get arrested for show. And he was so fucked off. I couldn't stop him from touching people, from talking to people, from embarrassing us. And it didn't sink in on him because he's so drunk. He started getting faded off. He got cut off by the bartender. He only had 2-3 beers, but he was so fucked up that he took someone's glasses, didn't come back. I had to go after him, get his glasses. The chick was getting nervous. Like, who's that drunk guy that just took my shit? Shit. There's a whole sink at it. And I gave her stuff and she took off. And the girls next to us, he was making them feel uncomfortable. So the 2 pretty girls, they bounced. And then he wanted to be rude as fuck. Talking about, don't wear that shit. I was wearing one of my Saints Addiction, this anarchy shit. Man, wear one of my clothes. And I'm like, bro, you're being rude as fuck. I made this, bro. Went and got the whole design, added the applique. These come from the homie, what's his name, Gary, out in Montana. Credit where credit's due. And we started making these fucking cool ass designs that won't fade and are shimmery. Well, he didn't want to respect that, right? He wanted to disrespect everything. And if your energy, which my energy's been there before, again, being a shitstorm, comes out that way, you're going to interfere with people. You're going to interfere with their sensibilities. You're going to interfere with their patterns. People walk around with a certain amount of freedom And then there's bubble bursters. There's people that break into your personal space. And that's what he seemed to do. My dad used to do it too. It was like fuck with my hair, and he kind of got slappy, right, bud? In the back, lower back, and just slap me. I said, stop touching me, man. I'm telling you right now, you're trigger. My father used to do the same shit, you know, doing all that shit, slap, hand slap, slappy slaps. And one time I was drunk, I slapped my buddy's ass. I said, man, I thought we were friends. I thought I was massaging, so man, chill out, I thought we were friends. Same shit, drunk, touching another black man on the back. Dude turns around, socks me. Bam! I'm on the ground. Didn't get knocked out, never been knocked out. But I got rocked by a sucker punch from someone I thought was my friend who didn't want to be touched. End up peeing my pants. Tell the truth on myself. That's what it is. My own self-destruction. My own inability to control myself and become a storm upon people. I was a storm. And an unsober storm at that. You know, I was bringing my energy to people that didn't want that kind of energy. Kind of like the kid this morning when I woke up playing his, what is it, switch, all loud and shit, on repeat, crazy noises. And you're just like, dude, turn that shit off. It's fucking annoying as fuck. That's what he was being. He was being annoying as fuck, disrespectful as fuck, and that energy was as fuck. And I was just like, man, I really got a lot of love for this dude. When he calls, we laugh, we on the phone, we always having a good time, blah, blah, blah. Plastic pocket challenge, y'all. Plastic pocket challenge. I'll have to throw this in here, but other than that, yeah, man. People be doing all sorts of crazy shit, you know? They be acting the way that they are out loud. And I don't think a lot of people express how they truly are. You know, it's going to be one of the hardest things to do is say, he's like, the only reason I drink is because I'm lonely inside. And I said, that's probably the realest shit you ever said. To be able to identify, here's this guy that's got this big old physique of another man on his phone, and he's like this at the bar, and you're like, man, I'm trying to get like you. And they're two bar backs. He's trying to get a beer out of him. He's like, I'm not the bartender, but he's like, man, you, bro, I'm gonna get big like you in the gym, blah, blah, blah. And his other homie, weird energy. And when you feel weird, these people, hey, bro, what's up, man? Guess where I'm at? I'm in Vegas. Oh, shit, this is what you should do. You should get the MGM app and see what's going on. What should I do here? He wasn't asking to learn. He was asking, and he goes on and on. Like, go get a massage. He's like, go get yourself a Japanese massage. And he's like, well, I want to get back to a TV show. You go have a good one. Go enjoy Vegas. He couldn't. He had to call everyone he knew to be super lonely and say, I'm all alone. I'm all alone in life. I'm trying to visit friends, but I've blown through all my friends. I've made them all feel uncomfortable. Nobody understands me. 12 Coronas, not the 6-pack that's a problem. It's the 12-pack. Trying to buy his way out of every problem. You got to be a workaholic because you got to keep up with your habit. Your habit runs your life because now you're trying to spend shit. No, I don't want a $200 steak with you. I don't even want to spend another 5 minutes with you. It doesn't matter what you're going to try to buy. Bro, you're being disrespectful. And then that kind of dawned on me. I reflect myself in a lot of people when the situation, let me throw shade at my homie. No, man, I've been there where I was being disrespectful. Like dinner with my girl in New Orleans, and I finally had some money, but the money wasn't working, and I was embarrassed. I'm like, no, I'm buying this dinner, and none of my cards would work, so she would have to buy the dinner. Worst dinner I ever had. She's like, I don't like you when you drink. I said, I don't blame you. I became unhinged, disrespectful. I said things that I shouldn't be saying to people. Like, take off this shit. This is shit. And I'm like, bro, this is my shit. You disrespecting my shit now, homie. You disrespecting something I built. So it's like you come up with like, that's your car? That's a shitty ass car. What'd you just say to me? You know what I mean? Total disrespect. And then, oh, I don't mean no disrespect, but I love you. You know, you love yourself. You only love yourself, and you want everybody else to love you, but you got no love for nobody else. You don't talk loving to other people. You're always talking shit. All you want to do is talk about money. So hey, let's talk about money. And I'm like, what the fuck? How the hell are you gonna show up? Say I'll be there in 5 hours. Now it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, bro, I'm going to bed. And he was like trying to give me tax advice at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, bro, what is your deal? This always annoys me. That's the new plastic tree. That's a whole fucking bag of chips in a tree. Nothing's worse. So it's just us at our worst. Us showing our asses. Being disrespectful, being unhinged. And it's not like that's not going to be the only person doing it. But what ends up happening to our lives is now we end up getting cut off at the bar. Now we end up touching the Uber driver, whatever the fuck that was about. More trash. It's like the plastic pocket challenge, y'all. I don't see any trash cans. I'm just gonna I don't want to be on anybody's property, but I just need to throw some trash. And that's what we end up doing, y'all. We end up fucking up our own shit. And that's what I saw. I saw a lot of pain. I saw a lot of loans. Pairs of shoes. Like he just had under bus, and that's what he was doing, just stacking it up. And I'm like, man, you're living out of your truck, but you're gonna make fun of me for sleeping on the couch. Got you. He said, I showed up, and he slipped up, and he said something. There's Mark, true to form, is what he said. True to form. This is before he got really drunk, and I was like, that's what you think my form is? See, I listen to people when they speak. I'm hearing what they say, and I'm like, oh, that's the shit you thought? Shit, I'm doing a whole show about the way I think about you. Let me tell you how I think about you sober the next morning on the Morning Motivation, where I'm like, this is a really cool dude. Like, he's so gregarious. He's so outgoing. And it reminds me of my best friend because he'll do the same shit. He's got a bad temper, but he'll say something so funny and outrageous that it kind of eclipses the other behavior. Right? People that try to eclipse their behavior. They might try to love bomb you after disrespecting you or assaulting you. No, baby, next time it'll be all right, said every abusive man ever. That's how domestic violence circulates. And this is real psychology, but, we'll try to outbuy our mistakes. I remember my father, right here down in Henderson, he was drunk and scraped across somebody at the storage station. We had some stuff in storage, and the dude, he's like, no, man, let me just pay you some cash. I don't have any insurance. Let me just pay you some cash, right? Cool. Homeboy looks in the car and he sees two young kids, me and my brother. And he's like, you're driving with children like this? You're endangering everything you love like this? And that's when it started to turn out to me. He likes to complain a lot about his ex, but he's part of the problem. I have a tough time when people point their finger like I'm trying to holler at this chick. She's what it's all him. He's a narcissist. I don't miss him at all. If you don't miss him at all, you don't have to say that sentence. But now it's the only thing you got is this obsession of this broken relationship. It's the only entertainment I got. When my phone doesn't work, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all the social medias don't give me the buzz like drama does, then I go look for it. Yep, I gotta go back to the trough and go, yeah, well, I just got out of jail. That's what I do. I tend not to talk a lot about jail, but he was like, I don't want to talk about that. Very dismissive, very rude, very disrespectful. And I'm just like, bro, you can't be touching the fucking Uber drivers, bro. Ain't no reason for them to be touched. And we were almost done with the whole driving experience. He's like passing out in the back, and all of a sudden his hands come up like the mummy and starts to reach on the back of this dude's hands. Now, you don't know this dude. He could be trying to choke you from behind. He could be trying to do all sorts of shit. And that's what we just saw. We saw some bullshit, bro. Like, why are you touching people, bro? This is a grown-ass man. He didn't ask you to touch him. You want some gay shit. You want some fucking fact shit. You want some disrespectful shit. And that's the shit that I saw last night. I couldn't believe my friend was being so disrespectful. And he wants to be charming. He wants to be good-looking. He's wearing his new clothes his first time in Vegas. And what does he do? He brought his bad attitude. He brought his drunken ways And that's what I keep trying to tell people. It's like, we have an energy amongst us. And I lost my child, bringing up shit again, because I brought bad energy. I fucked up my biggest interview of my life. I didn't know it was a job. I didn't know I was going in there, but you're always going in there for a job. You're always trying to earn somebody's respect. You're always trying to earn somebody's trust. You're blocking with people daily, and people don't want to see that. They don't want to pretend that it's not on the line, but it's like every time you change your behavior at work and personal life, it reflects upon you. That's why we have, what's it called? Reputations. Our reputation precedes us and lets people know what it is. And you're like, oh, you're a violent motherfucker. Yeah, people know that about you. People used to say, oh, Pill Cosby, drugging these bitches in the 70s. Nobody knew. Like, bitch, please. We've been having the alarm for a minute, girl. Homegirl said. We used to say that to each other. Hey, homegirl, he likes to get handsy. Yeah, I know that, dude. You don't know him, but I saw him with the girl last night. I even saw somebody do it in modern era. Is this person? Please. Modern era. Go into someone else's house on the Ring doorbell. And he said, bro, I don't know why you ain't listening, but I'm literally Wi-Fi. Your wife is cheating on you down the street. Hey, 642, building 642, your wife is cheating on you. And he said, I'm going that way, but I don't live that way, kind of thing. And he's like, but every day you leave, somebody pulls around the back, goes in the back door. Your wife's cheating on you. And here, let's smoke a little bit. Like, fuck, bro. That's what's going on right now. Oh, dude, I didn't bring my blunt with me. That's all right. I don't need it. We can finish this show. I thought I had the blunt in here, but apparently I don't. Where did I put it? Probably in the garage. Anyway, the point is that we all are a reputation, and our reputation shouldn't precede us, right? It shouldn't dictate how people treat us, but that's the facts of life, is we all live in a world where we as people, right, keep having to develop ourselves even around each other. My buddy's got his little kid this morning, told you, playing that music all loud. Dude, I know I'm not sure, but I just saw a snowflake. Oh my God, a little piece of hail just fell. I thought I saw something. Wow, I tried to pick it up, melted. How cool is that? But this bipolar weather, man, that's us pulling bipolar shit. And as we try to get to know people, we want to know how fast you're gonna switch. You're sunny right now, trying to be sunny, but how soon are you gonna hail on me? How much self-control for the interview? You shiny, right? You don't show your storm. And that's kind of how we were talking about it with the women. It's like they don't to a job where no interaction with them whatsoever can fire them, alter their lives, kind of like dealing with cops. You don't want somebody to have power over you, but they could come into the situation and alter your life. That's a lot of power that we don't necessarily acknowledge. So as we do all sorts of shit in our lives, we got to realize there are people that got power over us. The IRS. Man, fuck the IRS. Sure. Till you try to put money into a bank and they fuck you. They take the cut right from the bank, and you're like, how'd they have the power to do that? There's so many things that have power over us. Our governments, our bosses. But we don't want no powers in our relationship. No, my man ain't gonna tell me to do the dishes. I ain't making no sandwich for no man. Then you ain't making a sandwich for your team. You would easily make a sandwich for your own child because they need it. But when you become grown and you become in a relationship, now you want the other person to pull their own weight, which is fine. Everybody should pull their own weight. But now you're not playing as a team. If your boss went and told you, go run, look how bad that dog is in the window, all up in the window. When you tell your dog, I'm not surprised with that other window like that, right? When you're going into a situation, trying to keep a job, trying to keep up airs, pretending that you're something that you're not, eventually what happens is you get drunk at the Christmas party and you make a fool out of yourself. Who we are, shout so loudly, we can't see the other person. And what my deep dive putting it on me was how am I still so morning motivation and motivated and gregarious and happy, but so depressive and abusive and violent. There's another piece of hail. It's snowing, y'all. Bipolar bitch. Vegas weather is a bipolar bitch, bro. I'll tell you what. But yeah, I'm sitting here and just going like, our drunken storms, our incongruent storms. We try to track these storms like hurricanes coming off of Florida. Well, maybe it'll hit left, maybe it'll hit right. That's us. We're this storm, especially on drugs and alcohol, okay? And we're this storm of energy that comes at people uncontrolled. We're saying things that we don't mean, or saying them that we would ever say. And that was shocking to me. I would never touch another Uber driver, ever. It's just a rule. And this dude's over here reaching on some dude who had no idea what was happening. This is a sensitive spot around our necks and shit. And this dude's reaching from behind at the neck. We all over the place. Everybody's fucked up. And that was what I had to say. It's just like when you do situations, when you are and we as people don't seem to give a fuck about what's going on. We haven't added enough awareness to what's going on. And here's somebody that was teaching me about moments ago about certain things, right? They were teaching us, about this book called The Art of Negotiations and the tone that we use and the words that we use. I need to use their trash can again. I hope nobody gets mad at me. I don't see any trash cans to throw this shit in. I'm just trying to pick up trash, so don't mind me. But sorry, whoever. I'm just trying to recycle. Here we go. So yeah, that's what ends up happening is we end up being not ourselves, but part of ourselves. I guess it is in essence part of our makeup, our character. And we talk about content and character a lot. It even is a show with my rant or my morning walk and talk, but that kind of behavior, you're invading people's spaces, and he's all in their faces and can't stop talking to them. And hey, you want to come to my spot and come fishing? I just met you 5 minutes ago, drunk man. Leave us the fuck alone. We're on a date. Stop talking to my girl, like on real. And the dude had to straight tell him. And I'm glad that little skinny weird dude had some balls. But yeah, bro, that's the protection women need. They're going to be polite because you don't know if this guy's going to get drunk and get mean. And this other dude has to regulate. You're going to have to tell somebody you're out of sorts. You're doing too much. So we used to say in the South, you're just doing too much. That energy is becoming invasive. And that's something that we don't do. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We don't accept a invasive species, right? And you got to watch your energy. You got to protect your energy at all times. Just like that. Like when you got to put your hands up and protect yourself at all times, you got to be aware of your energy at all times. And that's something that we lose when we're intoxicated. And it could be under any sort of drugs and alcohol. Okay. This is Saints Addiction, so we know about that every day, talking about it. I'm talking with my homie about coke binges and coming down, how they don't work for him. But what does work for him is alcohol, and it's working against him. So his brain says, hey, drink. It's going to make you sexy. It's going to make you funny. It's going to make you fearless. Sure. Liquid courage, But what ends up happening is that same liquid ends up poisoning you. Now your mouth says shit that it doesn't mean. Now you're in a situation where you've outspent yourself. You start spending money that you don't mean to spend. You start saying things that you don't mean to say, and you start acting in a way. And that was this whole conversation. See, right now we got some sunshine, finally. Some sunshine this morning. But before that, it was a storm. It's still a drunken storm. Over here, it's snowing. Over here, it's shining. And that's us, this bipolar experience of human nature where we are half aware and half drunk, and all those things above is how we end up treating each other. We end up being bipolar. We end up being dichotomous. There's so much extreme difference in all of us where we can be this extremely caring person and then an extremely disrespectful person in the same body. And sometimes at the same time. You can love someone with all your heart, but still disrespect them, assault them, and maybe even attack them. And that's something that really shocks me. I was talking with this girl. She was kind of being bipolar with an kind of argument. No, not necessarily. I'm like, nah, dude. We only hurt the ones that we love. Rare do you go into the bar and start picking a fight with someone you don't know. No, it's going to be your wife who tells you to settle down. You're like, you don't control me. Don't tell me what to do, right? We start arguing with them. We argue with them because they're familiar with us. We would never take off our mask so fast in public because we want to save face. We want to pretend that we're still saints. And that's why I put the addiction on it, because I was like, no one's perfect, bro. I don't put it past anybody. I don't put it past the senator to be freaky and want to fuck dudes. Seen that shit with my own eyes. All these sex parties, I don't know people. I think I know people. I don't know shit about people. People will surprise you at any moment. They could be the nicest person. Give them some beers, and next thing they're super emotional. Or super aggressive. You can even be a woman and we're like, women aren't aggressive. That's why. Women are very aggressive. I was watching them arrest somebody. They were doing one of those shows. The bounty hunters were coming for them. And this chick ends up getting irate, more than just yelling, aggressive. And they had to put her under in cuffs because she was being violent. And we're just like, man, is that how we show up in other people's lives? We show up with our ass first. How many times you look at someone's profile, a girl's profile, and it's just her booty, not even her face? You're like, damn, you showed up with your ass first. So I know personally, to end this show, I've shown my ass so many times. I've showed up, showed out, and I've been embarrassed. I embarrassed myself. I have all this power. I have charm. I have good looks. I have abilities. I have ambition. And what would I do? Act more stupidly. You know, put my character on the line, make people not trust me, fight with my friends, get disrespectful, embarrass myself. Guilty, Your Honor. On a stack of Bibles as tall as me. Guilty as fuck. Saints addiction is real. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to even say no one is perfect, because that puts on other people. I am not perfect. The saint is not perfect. And that's what saints addiction is all about. All those things about all of us trying to be better than the other person, make more money, you know, go to church more often, whatever the fuck it is. When we try to flex on each other, the real flex is in the sky. That's going to let us know, no lie, how the day's going to go. If I choose it to be sunny or cloudy, like it goes right in the clouds, you don't control the weather, but you get to control you. And that's your morning motivation. If you got anything out of this, go ahead, comment below. What are ways that you control your bad habits so that way you don't look like a fool later? And as always, peace and love. And Shigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever, and finish. And I will see you on the other side. I hope we all make it there, on the other side of our weaknesses, bad habits, and content of character. Ciao.